Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Cat to Beefy with the Game Vault, and we're going to talk about a game that we talked about quite a few times during 2024, and that's Stellar Blade. It kind of helped kick off the news portion of this channel, as Stellar Blade received a lot of grief for being what it was, which was a good game that featured an attractive female protagonist, and that pissed off all of the right people. So let's cue up the music, and we're going to talk about this. Alright, so this one's from Bounding Into Comics, and it says, Eve is set to trade in her sword for a rifle as Shift Up announces upcoming crossover between Stellar Blade and Goddess of Victory, Nikke. So, in a move that will ensure alien threats think twice before invading Earth, developer Shift Up announces that Eve, the sword-slinging protagonist of the action-adventure hit Stellar Blade, will soon be joining forces with Goddess of Victory, Nikke, titular gun-wielding heroines in their fight against the Rapture. Now, this upcoming crossover between the Korea-based studio's two biggest titles was first revealed on December 23rd by way of a rather short teaser trailer wherein Eve, clad in her standard green and white nanosuit, is shown literally crashing into a world of Goddess of Victory Nikke, in the process driving her blood-edged sword through the head of a crawler-type Rapture unit and disabling it, only to find herself face-to-face with its backup, a striker and salver unit. And here's the actual shot of it happening there. I mean, it's only 14 seconds of footage, but, you know, it's pretty cool there, right? You see it happening. So the trailer's heavy on hype, but there's zero details in it, you know, regarding the start date or the structure of the event or anything like that. So fans are going to have to wait to find out just what the crossover, and more importantly, Eve's in-game model is, what it's going to look like. But for those unfamiliar with Goddess of Victory Nikke, it's a science fiction mobile shooter in which players control a squad of female android soldiers known as Nikkes. I'm assuming it's called a Nikke. It sure looks like Nikke. Each of whom possesses their own unique firearms, combat skills, and abilities as they take to the battlefields of a post-apocalyptic Earth to defend the last surviving vestiges of humanity against a force of mechanical alien invaders known as Raptures. Here's one of the Nikkes here, I guess. This is Elig. She's ready to take on the Rapture and Goddess of Victory Nikke. I guess that's Elig is the character's name. And Kim Hyun-ji maybe is the actress that plays it. I don't know. I don't know if they actually are voiced by actresses or anything like that, or if they're just little things. But anyway, at its core, Nikke's a gacha game requiring players to engage with the mechanic in order to obtain new Nikkes to add to their army. Naturally, said gacha system uses in-game currency, typical of the model of the game. These mobile games. But this can be earned through gameplay or purchased via microtransactions. However, Nikke notably differentiates itself from other gacha titles by dropping the usual pity mechanic wherein a game will guarantee that a player gets a random high-level pull after a certain amount of unsuccessful pulls, and replacing it with a ticket system wherein players are given mileage tickets based on the amount of pulls they make, which they can then redeem for a specific pull of their choosing. Okay. I don't like these games very much, to be honest with you. I don't play a lot of mobile games. In fact, my mobile game days are pretty much done. Every now and then I'll download one just to try it out when they look interesting, and inevitably, after about a week, I delete it because I'm just like, yeah, this sucks, you know. Anyway, of course, gacha games hosting collaborations with other media such as anime or video games are nothing new. Nikke itself has previously hosted events with the anime adaptation of Tatsuki Fujimoto's manga Chainsaw Man, Yoko Taro's popular character action game Nier Automata, and popular mecha anime Neon Genesis Evangelion, and even the indie management game Dave the Diver. That's fascinating. Yet, what makes this collaboration more natural than others is the fact that both Stellar Blade and Nikke not only belong to Shift Up, but also feature detailed sci-fi worlds wherein attractive female cyborgs, which are human consciousness and mechanical bodies, for those of you who are not in the know, fight to protect humanity from going extinct at the hands of an invading alien force. The two games even share similar aesthetics and RPG mechanics, meaning Eve won't feel out of place in, and arguably will blend in rather nicely into the world of Nikke. And here's, I guess, a variety of the Nikkes. Kind of funny, right? This is very typical of the, Japanese style females in video games and all that. It's a lot of people in the West get so mad over this kind of stuff. Why do they look that way? Why did they get so pissed, And Eve really, God, she frosted the nuts of a lot of people in the video game industry, especially the journalists. They were so angry over her design and how she looked and her unrealistic body type and all that. She's actually modeled after a real person, I guess, from what we understand, But whatever. I mean, it is what it is, Even if she wasn't, there's nothing wrong with having a protagonist that is attractive. And no, it doesn't mean you want to the protagonist of the story or any character in a story. It just means you have something pleasant to look at when you plug in a game. If we want to look at ugly people, we could just go on to the website of any of these Western developers and look at the people that work for them, and we'll see plenty of them there. Anyway, in a further boon to Eve's profile, her upcoming appearance in a mobile game is set to help her popularity grow, as it will mark her first appearance outside of the PlayStation 5, with Nikke available on the Android, iOS, and Windows operating systems. Now, that is, of course, if the collaboration manages to release before Eve is finished readying up for her previously announced PC release, which is set to hit digital shelves on an as-of-yet announced date in 2025. So we've already seen the Nier Automata collaboration with Eve in Stellar Blade, which is the first of what I'm assuming is going to be. I'm assuming there's going to be more of those, right? There's been, if I'm not mistaken, rumors of possible DLC for the game, maybe in 2025, maybe beyond 2025. In either case, I'd be looking forward to that. The game was a big hit. It was fun. It was exciting, and it was interesting to play. There was a lot going on in that game, and it was fun. Like I said, it really pissed off the right people, which made it even more fun. The year before, we saw Hogwarts Legacy played that role in gaming, where people bought it to spite games journalists and to spite all the people that were crying over gaming and how that game, it was because of J.K. Rowling's opinions on the fact that women are women. For this one, it was the design of the character, and then later on, a monkey came out. The Black Myth Wukong game, and people were upset because they wouldn't bow down to, what was it, Sweet Baby Inc., and pay them $7 million to add diversity to a game without very many humans in it. It was mainly a mythical story that involved a lot of very interesting characters and stuff like that. And even so, it was set in China. What kind of diversity do you want, man? This is a mythological story set in China back in the day. Just shut up and walk away and enjoy the game. But let me know what you think about this down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell of notifications, and I always appreciate a like. We're getting close to 2025. It's going to be a big year. I hope to see you here. I'm going to plan on doing a lot of growth, a lot of big changes on the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.